to let one hand know what the other hand is doing, which is interesting because with Gemini there's two. So with two means there's four hands really, right? And so this to me showed me that their ability to somewhat manipulate, and how manipulation can be their form of control, because control is where they find themselves to be in more power. But Gemini, your lesson is to only be in control of yourselves, to really be in control of these two and their hands, and to understand the true purpose of being multiverse, being multi-dimensional, having multi just being more than one, right? As you are going through this season, there is a lot of endings and there are a lot of beginnings, and I don't feel that just only applies to you, Gemini, but it applies to the other zodiacs as well, as far as these ending and beginnings go. But knowing where your ending is and knowing where your beginning is really important. And so with Gemini, you are the ruler of Mercury, communication. Gemini, I feel like you should have been using your time as far as like late April. This goes back to the Taurus, right? So I'm gonna say like around April 30th or so. You should have really been cultivated. You should have been you should have been cultivated. You should have been focused. You should have been looking at your intentions, your goals, all the things that you are working to fulfill, to accomplish. And there is a lot of fulfillment and some accomplishment here. And this might just align again with your season and with your time. Know that the divine is time, and time is really space. So don't get caught up if it hasn't happened yet. Know that it is happening and it will happen. As long as you are dedicated and you stay in alignment with your true purpose, to really get in tune with your nature. There's somebody I listen to, Lulu. She says get in tune with your star player. And in here, Gemini, you know that you inner one have two. You're a 2 in 1. But really, that applies to all, right? We have a masculine and a feminine. There's a 2 in 1. But for you, there's double that. There's quadruple that, Gemini, right? There's the 2. So you want to utilize this. You want to utilize this for your highest good. You don't want to utilize this for your own manipulation or because of your power or the power that you get or you feel you receive from manipulating or having the ability to do so, but really utilizing this for its highest and not only just for its highest, but for the achievement and accomplishment of all that you truly are. Really receiving your pentacles, there's so much receivership here for you if you allow it, if you're in rhythm, if you're in tune, if you're doing what you need to do and hitting your targets and hitting your marks. And if you're not, then Gemini, you really do want to start setting your goals so that you know what target and what marks are you working with and within. You want to be mindful of your transits. So if you're not already studying your transits or knowing your placements, it's important for you to know, because that's what's going to help you on this timeline here. Okay, we're going to move into Cancer. Gemini, if you have any questions, if you feel like that resonates with you, or you want to go deeper on a personal level, let me know. But we're going to move into Cancer now. Cancers, it's time for you to tell your story. It's time for you to tell your truths. It's time for you to tell how it all comes together. It's so interesting because I really feel like this actually relates to the season of Gemini within itself as well, as far as communication, as far as Mercury, as far as just the energies that we've been in. Mercury is in Gemini currently, you understand? So and then we have to know that when the retrograde occurred, it began in Gemini as well. So Gemini has a very big impact on the collective, not just because the sun falls directly, but because of that Mercury influence. Okay, so Cancer, there could be things within you that you just can't help but to tell or help but to share. I just feel this bursting energy, and if you attempt to hold it in, it's almost like that is not good for you, because it's depressing, because it works so hard. You spend so much work trying to hold it in, and that's actually against the nature. It's against the rhythm. It's against the flow. This thing is wanting to come out. This thing is wanting to be expressed. Now, Cancer, I can say that there are many creative ways to express yourself. So you might want to look at, how do I want to express this? How can I turn this into art, artistic, utilizing art, artists, creativity, looking at different forms, different ways to channel what is happening within you. Cancer, a lot of you guys have a brand new canvas. Don't feel scared or feel intimidated because of your new start. Get excited about it. Get excited about it. And until you have cultivated excitement within you, I wouldn't even touch it, because you want so much passion and to go into this next piece. You want so much passion, and there's so much fire here. So until that fire really burns and you again can't even help to hold it in anymore, I wouldn't even touch it. Because if your mind is thinking on, you're trying to think on outs, and it's not going to behoove you to invest into it now. When you feel like you can't hold it in, you can't wait any longer, when you feel that passion coming through you to where it just bursts out and you can create that expression, that form of expression that's going to expose you, it could even expose others. It's full exposure. Exposure is making me think of the word disclosure. Disclosure, to disclose your truths, to disclose the truths of others. This being a masterpiece, right? This being a creation, this being inspired by, this is a work of art. This is a work of art for Cancer. So Cancer, get ready to celebrate. You might even begin to celebrate ahead of time to cultivate that fire, that energy that we're talking about. Celebrate. Do whatever you have to do to get that rise, to get that kundalini, to get that activation occurring within you. If it means to walk away from certain people, places, or things, if it means to put down some burdens because you don't even deserve to carry the burdens. I need you to know that burden means to care. So if you're caring too much about other things other than this part and this piece right here, it could be taking you away from. It could be even because Cancers are the emotion. You are sensitive, right? So you could be carrying on the burdens of something else that don't even allow you to fully tap in and engage into this piece, this master, this self, this this work that you're being called to do now. So if you need to release and let go and decide that that right there is not my focus, and I just put down that care and I put down that worry, yes, do so. Please do so. Okay? Celebrate. Do whatever you have to do to cultivate that energy so that you're ready for that spark to just come out, shoot out of you. You can't even hold it in, and you create a masterpiece. You create something far beyond what you thought you could, right? Now we're going to move to Leo. Cancer, if that resonates, leave a comment, leave a review, leave a donation. Do whatever you got to do. If you have questions, you want to go deeper, get it on a personal level, let me know that, because I would love to schedule a time to meet with you personally. For the Leos, the heart chakra has really been, right when I said the heart chakra, I'm going to show the Leos a card. The heart, right? Because the reason why, and this goes for not just Leo, this goes for Gemini, Cancer, and anybody else that comes across these messages. If you haven't already, I encourage you to go to the collective collective full moon and Sagittarius intuitive reading. I can send it to you if you don't already have it, or if you don't have access to it. But that's something you want to go out and look at. Leo actually came out in that reading, and it really reflected that heart center and that heart space, and how much the heart is being exposed, how much whatever is in the heart is like it's coming out. So Cancer, we kind of just touched on that a little bit leading up into Leo. Now also the thing with Leo is that not just for Leo, but as a collective, the timing of August has really been standing out in different messages that I've been channeling. So August might be something that you want to look at, or Leos, you can be feeling a lot of activation, or you can be feeling the anticipation, you can be feeling the anxiety, you know, when your heart starts to beat. There's a lot of activation in that heart space that Leo is feeling. And Leo, you're going to have to channel this energy, you're going to have to deal with this energy, you're going to have to respond to the energy. Respond. Leo, some of you guys are needing to figure out how to make your heart as light as a feather. What is making your heart feel so big and so full? So big and so full. Now, is that full feeling, that overflowing, overwhelming, that when it releases, the lightness will occur? Or is this full feeling, this, you know, like some people can suffer heart attacks or have heart problems because it just feels so, there's so much happening in there, right? The heart is working so hard. So if you feel that your heart is working really hard, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, however this may apply to you, then you want to think about how can you be releasing so that you can get your heart to settle, so that it can fall into a natural rhythm, so that it can find some ease and some release, so that it can get to that placement of being as light as a feather, so that this alignment occurs. Whatever you have to do to feel better in alignment, and if you already feel in alignment, Leo, this is why that anticipation, that anxiety could be occurring, because you know that there's something big getting ready to take place, and you know that it's your time. You know that it's your time. So, some Leos can truly be in love right now and be experiencing what love and what comes with it. I see 1919 on the clock, right? So that's 1010 on the clock. That's 11. That's the 2. A lot of Leos can be making some decisions and some choices based on love, and how and what love is, how love is being expressed and experienced in their lives. Leo, lastly for you, I'm going to tell you to utilize discernment, right? To utilize discernment, get a good look at it. If you need to take time to look, then allow that space to be. Implement, find where Libra is in your chart, because Leo, I want you to really find balance in what you're looking at. That's why I say if it takes you some time to absorb and observe and digest and process what it is you're looking at, why it is you're looking at, journaling could be very good for you right now. Remember to date, timestamp your journal entries, because this is going to help you channel and get out what is in. Because the whole thing with you, Leo, is you want to get a good look at it. You want to pay attention to the details. You want to get the most out of whatever it is, and you want to release any prejudice or prejudgment. Release any prejudice or prejudgment, preconceived thoughts, any of those things. You want to release that so that you can, again, look at the details. You can absorb it, you can digest it, you can process it, you can see it from different angles, you can reposition it if necessary, so that you can get the most out of it. Okay, so that's for Leos. We're going to move into Virgo. Leo, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Let me know. Virgo. Virgo, put your hands over your heart and like Leo, that Leo season, and with Leo, because listen, again, this is not just for Leo or Virgo or anybody else in particular. This is as a collective that you all should go back and listen to the full moon in Sagittarius, Reiki, sound, and intuitive healing. The intuitive healing was recorded. That recording you need to listen to. It's posted on the website at SavvyRoses44.com. it's also available if you need it. So let me know that you want to listen to it, and I'll make sure that you get it for sure. But the heart chakra was displayed so much in that Reiki healing and in that intuitive message as to why Leo really showed up, because Leo is the ruler of the heart. Now, with Leo being the ruler of the heart and moving into Virgo, and how I'm seeing Virgo with the hands on the heart, because this was a part of that. You want to feel the beat. You want to feel the tune. Virgo, you have to really feel yourself through these transits, through these transitions, because you're going to be called to new places. You're going to be called into uncharted territory. And really, see, Virgo, you are water and earth. So you spending time next to the shore is really, really important. Spending time next to the shore is really, really important for you. Why? Because it not only has you on the ground and gives you that grounding, but it also allows you to view the emotions, to see the depth and get in tune with the depth. See, with you right now, it's all about tuning, because you want to get on the beat and the vibration and the rhythm of the heart. You want to feel. And this right here, Virgo, you can only feel your way through these times and these moments. You can only feel. Virgo, you're being called to feel. A lot of you guys don't feel. A lot of you guys have went through so many so much trauma that feelings can be very difficult for Virgos. That's how come Virgos suffer a lot from like depression and things like that. But now you're being called to really feel. And see, you guys have always had feelings, but the way your feelings are expressed. So with Gemini here and Mercury and the powerful impact that Gemini has been making over this time, this all has a lot to do with the expression for not only you, Virgo, but for all of the signs here present. But in your case, really, really expressing your heart. Because when this space opens up, it's going to be uncomfortable for you. It's going to be a big change for you. It's going to be very new for you to be so vulnerable and to feel so exposed. And you're going to want to somewhat hide yourself and find ways to be hidden, which reminds me of that hermit mode, to kind of figure out how to get back to that hermit mode. But you won't be able to get back to the hermit mode. And if you do make it to the hermit mode, it wasn't good for you because you're being called out. There are things for you to see. This goes to your adventures, your right to discover, your right to go past the limits, your right to really dive deeper into the sea, right? And there's so much meanings and depths when you really get into the sea. The sea is the law, you know? There's a lot that goes on with inner sea, right? And this really takes you to as above, so below. In order to even get to the above, you got to go through the below. In order to get to the below, you got to go through the above, right? So these, it really leads to the correspondence, how things correspond and correlate. And maybe Virgo, that can be maybe helpful to you now, seeing how things correspond, enter these changes. So as all these changes are occurring, how applying the law of correspondence can assist you in it. Okay? If you don't know how to do that, contact me so we can get down on a personal level. You know, I need to learn the law of correspondence. I want to start implementing the law of correspondence because I'm a Virgo, and I'm needing to know how to do and express. Because again, Virgo has been through so much, and it's definitely here on the table. The heart has went through so much as far as Virgo is concerned. And so for Virgo to come out and be vulnerable and to be expressive and to dive deep into these emotions and to really have to see the sea of it all, and I say see like S-E-E, which presents the I, the C, the S-E-A, right? Now, when you're spending time near the shore, near the waters, Virgo, you're going to feel an increased communication, spiritual communication. This could also be very new and uncharted territory for you.